Hi, I'm Catherine Mora. I am the head book coach and publishing director at Change Empire Books, where we help coaches, speakers, and aspiring thought leaders write beautiful books and get them out into the world. This is Cat's Book Chat, where every day I talk about planning, writing, editing, and launching your book. So today's topic is where to publish your book. Now, for self-publishing, you're still publishing just like a publisher does. So there are various places online that you can publish your book. And this includes the ebook or digital version of your book, as well as the print version if you're doing print on demand. I've done print versus print on demand in another video. Now, basically, there are a couple of different major players. Amazon obviously control everything Amazon, and that's both the ebook and the print on demand version of your book. There used to be somewhere called CreateSpace, which was connected to Amazon, but now Amazon have absorbed it and it's become Amazon KDP Print. KDP is Kindle Direct Publishing. So you've got Amazon, and then you've got Smashwords, which basically take care of everybody else for the ebook. So all the other retailers for your ebook. But now there's another company called Draft to Digital. Draft number 2 Digital, Draft 2 Digital. And apparently, I haven't used them, but apparently they're amazing. They're pretty brand new, but they're doing everything right in terms of ease of use and all that sort of thing, because Smashwords can be a bit user unfriendly. So Smashwords and Draft to Digital take care of all the other retailers. So there's your sort of 2 areas for ebooks. Well, 3 now. I'm just used to always talking about Smashwords, but I only really just learned about Draft to Digital, so that's new for me. Now with your print, you've got Amazon KDP Print, as I mentioned, and then you've got Ingram Spark, who pretty much distribute everywhere else. And they can take care of your print on demand for any sort of book retailer, Barnes and Noble in the US or Booktopia in Australia. And basically you upload your print version and then they do the print on demand. So there's your different options for that. What was my other note I had here? Oh yeah, Ingram Spark can also do to bookstores. So here's the thing about getting into bookstores. It's very difficult. With Ingram Spark, there will be some bookstores that can use Ingram Spark. So my novel, for example, I had that all over Australia because I picked up a commercial deal, which I'll talk about in a second. But only a handful of bookstores were able to use Ingram Spark. So, Dymocks, I think it was, at Carindale, which is a Westfield shopping centre near me, they were able to get my book through Ingram Spark. I still had to sell it to the bookshop, hey, do you want to get my book? And then they rung and ordered, or did it on the computer or whatever they do to get the book into the store. Now, a lot of book retailers won't actually use Ingram Spark, primarily because it is really just self-published books and, I guess they're afraid of the quality or whatever, and they have plenty of books supplied to them through their commercial distribution deals and all the big publishing houses. So with the different types of distribution, one type of distribution is for self-published authors. You can get these sort of distribution houses where they charge you to print and warehouse your book, and then they distribute it for you and they get a percentage, stuff like that. So that might be an option. I haven't looked a lot into it, to be honest, because I believe it can be pretty expensive. Then you've got commercial distribution, which is when a distributor takes care of publishers' books. So they will have a warehouse full of books, and when the big bookstores like Big W and other places in Australia and whoever's big in the US, like Barnes and Noble and that sort of thing, the distributor will have salespeople that go out and sell to all those bookstores, once a month or whatever. They'll say, oh, here's our October catalogue, here's our November catalogue, and the bookstore will order, and then the distributor will send the books to them. Now, the reason that bookstores like using distributors is, like commercial distributors, is because if the books don't sell, they can send them back after 30 days or 60 days, depending on their policy. The reason bookstores don't really like using self-published authors, definitely not directly, with the direct, it's the hassle of invoicing and dealing with invoices and payments for, so many different people, as well as they want to be able to send the books back, which with an independent, self-publisher, they probably couldn't do, because, once you'd sold your books, you'd think they were out the door. You wouldn't be prepared to take them all back again. So basically, bookstores like to deal with these commercial distributors. However, as a self-published author, getting into a commercial distributor is very, very difficult. And the only way that I managed it is that I spent a lot of money on publicity, and I had a lot of publicity. So basically they could see that there might be demand for my books based on all the media that I had. But again, not everybody can get media for their book. It all depends on your hook and your angle, that sort of thing. So again, ebooks, we've got Amazon Smashwords and Draft to Digital. Print, we've got Amazon Katie Print and Ingram Spark. And look, Ingram Spark, Lightning Source are basically the same company, by the way. Sometimes I say Lightning Source, but really they're the same. And then with bookstores, you've sort of got to look at your distribution options for self-published authors. So hopefully that was helpful. Drop me questions at any time, and I'm happy to talk to you about your book idea. And I'm going to drop a link below to my 45-step book writing and publishing checklist. And until next time, happy writing.